Hey everybody, Bridget Lynn Dolgoff and Consciousness of Economics. Here, let me just clean that lens a little bit better. Hey, so I kind of wanted to talk about something that happened. I'm on the last leg of my trip and just got up this morning and I'm camping out in the desert for a couple nights and a few days and get some swimming in. Got some swimming in yesterday, so anyway, looking forward to getting some more swimming in today. So a few days ago I was in Idaho and I had to stop at a vet office because I had to get Jen some heartworm. I really appreciate that vets in small towns up north actually like their job and actually help your pets instead of trying to force all kinds of, fees on you. And because, I've been keeping my dog on heartworm, they just sold me the heartworm without the blood test or anything. So super appreciative of that you're not going to charge me an arm and a leg, because they usually try to get an exam. Because usually, they're way overstaffed. They have really, high-end places, big, expensive buildings. And in some cases, vets have hundreds, thousands of dollars in loans these days. Not like the old school. And the old school vets, I'm not even sure if there's any practicing anymore. But, some of them did mostly apprenticeships, right? So they did, and this is the other thing too that I think vets and doctors and all these other people have gotten away from, is that, they had to do, well, they call it like, interning, but basically it's apprenticing, because you're under view of what you're doing. It's weird how they change the language on everything. Anyway. So at one point, the vet was like, oh, I said, well, I can't wait to move up to New Meadows because that's my goal, is eventually to be living in New Meadows, Idaho. That's where I'm going to use the funding once it finishes up for the land. And so that I can do my combat veteran retooling and reskilling project. So I don't do well kind of when I'm threatened. I'm getting better and better at it. But so the vet said, oh, so, and the vet wasn't too far from New Meadows. And I said, yeah. He goes, well, what do you do now? And I said, well, I do traditional osteopath work on humans and dogs or animals, horses. I do sheep. I've done, farm animals and wildlife. I've done some wildlife as well when asked. He didn't really, and I told him that I do, healthcare consulting and nutritional counseling and, lots of different things. Been at a really long time. I have gray hair. And it was interesting because all of a sudden he stopped his nice demeanor and he growled at me. And he went, I have to caution you, your kind of work, is basically not welcome in Idaho. That only vets are allowed to touch, and work on animals. And he hissed, kind of at me. I was like, wow. Talk about reptilian and, the concept of, I'm better than you are and I'm going to dictate what you can do, who you are. The thing is, he didn't even ask me if I was living in New Meadows, where I was headed, or anything, or about the type of work I do. Do you even understand the kind of work I do? How long I've been doing this work? And, there was one point I just wanted to say, who in the F are you that you're going to dictate to me stand on your pedestal and breathe fire, on me today when I'm coming in. And, maybe in the future, if I am in New Meadows, I would use you as a veterinarian. But now I'm not, because you just, basically spit venom into my face. And it wasn't so much like how he said it or his demeanor, but it was the energy that I felt, because it hit me in my heart and it hit me in my stomach, and it made me sick to my stomach. And I was able, after the situation, to let go of it. But, when we're dealing with the system, and people want to call it whatever they want to call it, the matrix or whatever else, it's how our energy is displayed. It's how we display our energy. It's how we use the power behind our energy. And it's the way that we power our feelings towards another. Because you could pick up all kinds of stuff from people and them not say one word to you. So, when you're out there in the everyday world, try not to take it personally when people are powering their feelings at you for some kind of dominance and control or self-righteousness, or to overpower or threaten, manipulate, or control. We have to realize, this is why they've maybe even gone into the jobs that they have. So, and, that teaches us another lesson on, how to not be disempowered by other people. That they're just like a blowfish puffing up, and coming at us and trying to make themselves much larger than they are. But their threats are meaningless. And what they believe about their self-righteousness and their positions and their licensing and their, knowledge, is not accurate either, because they're living in a reality that's not real, that's been made to control and overpower them, manipulate them, so that they will be competitive towards other people. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of put that out there about my experience the other day. And it took me, a whole day to shake it off. But I did shake it off, and I'm not threatened, and I'm not afraid, and I'm not going to be manipulated or dominated. Oh my God, talk about a dominating situation. So anyway, have a great day. Talk to you later.